Hi- Hello, folks. Welcome to another edition of The Black Dimension, the best show on social media. We are here with the review of Black and Blue. I am your host, Roger, and I got to tell you, we got some mixed feelings about this one. We got some, some definitely mixed feelings. As you guys can see, we have a rating system where you can either buy it, bootleg it, or bomb. Buy it for what we say. Yeah, you go ahead and to the theater, check it out, see what's good. Bootleg, you might want to catch this on bootleg or maybe wait at home, catch it on the stream. And then we got a bomb, which is don't even waste your time on it. So if you look on the screen, you see that we've all given this movie a different rating. So let's get into why. Okay, fellas. I got with me Kev here and Donnie. And
Hi,
let's get
I'm
into it.
Donnie. I'm Donnie, and I'm a black.
Yes, and I'm Kev, and I'm here because the Black Dimension wills it to be so. So let's get this review
Okay. All right, fellas. Well, we've all come to some very different conclusions. Now, my thing is, I thought it was a good drama. I will say that it was a good drama. There was some suspense, and I didn't see exactly where the movie was going, which I felt was good because when you are watching a movie and you would see exactly where it's going before they get there. That ain't always the best movie in my opinion. So I felt
There,
it was
are,
just enough action to make it okay.
you might hold on. Are we spoiling this? Are we just gonna spoil this, or are we gonna leave
Oh,
this as a
yeah, we didn't give a
non-spoiler?
spoiler alert.
it's review. But when we go see movies, we do include some spoilers. So for those who are watching, there will be spoilers.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
This is a spoiler warning right now. But for those who just wanted to see what we rated, it's on the screen. But we're now about to get into the spoilers.
So I didn't finish this movie, but I'm gonna say she makes it to tell on them guys. Is that about right?
Yeah, yes, you
Did
did.
did Tyrese get some comeuppance?
Not really. They left enough where possibly maybe if they did a part two, maybe he would. But they didn't kind of fully show that he did come up as far as she is concerned.
Well,
Okay.
well, I will say this: as far as Tyrese, he kind of played that Finn from Star Wars: The Force Awakens role.
Right. What more do you want from
And
me?
and speaking of Tyrese, Tyrese Tyrese has been playing the same guy for like 20 years. Like all I saw was Joker from Baby Boy. That's all I saw. It's like every movie, Four Brothers, the Fast and the Furious series. He's
I will
he's
say
played this.
he's evolved in Fast and the Furious. He's evolved,
Well, he's evolved, but like
but
due
he's
to
the same
everything that happened
person.
with Fast and Furious, which is another story. Um, it just feels like to me that Tyrese went back to playing these Tyrese characters. I mean, to all I saw was Joker, but in this movie, his name was Milo Jackson, nicknamed Mouse, because I think that's kind of a little like a little underlying message. If you're not a man, you're a mouse. But
A
Yeah,
mice and
a
I
lot of these
men.
wasn't
guys from that.
I wasn't comfortable with that nickname either. Just real talk. Yeah, that wasn't cool with me. Um, but I did think
But
the story was somewhat good, I would say, and the fact that Tyrese's character had to actually help get the job done, was kind of nice because I didn't necessarily see it going that way, and I thought for sure he was gonna die. Real talk.
they tried to meet and they tried to make it seem that way. One of the messages that and this movie right here to me, like it suffers from like far too many messages, trying to cram all this, try. what they attempted to do was they tried to relate this movie to today's climate and everything going on with police brutality, choosing between black lives and blue lives, which is kind of a socio-political message that has been going on. And they really did this through the main character, Alicia West, played by Naomie Harris, the title character and the protagonist. And that's very strong quote fingers, the protagonist of the film. Um, tell 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 me any likes or any issues you've had with her character, Alicia West. I want to go to Roger first because he's the one saying buy this movie.
Okay, well, I mean, the fact that they made her uh, an exceptional soldier who had already did a few military tours, to me that made it more believable. And because the thing is, why would she do what she did? Because her whole focus was trying to get that body cam footage to the powers that be, and at least they made it believable. To me that she could actually accomplish this particular goal, but what a lot of people looking for, and that she would have the character to even actually go for it, even though her life was going to be basically threatened the whole way. So the fact that she had the military background made it a little bit easier for me to take in. Sometimes when they give these protagonist roles out to women, far too many times, in my opinion, the role is not really believable. That a woman's going to get X, Y, and Z done.
So you say she was a believable protagonist and very fitting of being the star of this film.
No, well, I'm saying the fact that she was an exemplary soldier and had did tours already in Afghanistan made it far more believable that she would even take this on and would be able to accomplish it. In other movies, the female character is not really believable. It's like there's no real reason to believe that she could get done the things that she actually does. You know, there was a movie. The last movie I saw that Gabrielle Union was the lead role. I can't think of the name of the movie right now, but she was trying to save her family, and she was outside fighting with a particular guy, and she basically knocked the guy out, but it just wasn't believable. Like she didn't like ram his head against a rock or anything. It's like, how did she knock that guy out? If he shows X amount of strength, she shows X amount of strength. How did she get the job done? She didn't know any type of unique fighting ability. She was, like
It was
trained in any martial arts. So how
power
did
of
she knock the
will,
guy out?
power of will and chi, sir.
Well, my thing is, bro, I got to believe it. I mean, I know it's a movie, but even in the movie, I'm supposed to somewhat believe what's going on in that world. And you can't just knock a guy out just by the sake of thinking it. You got to make it realistic.
Yeah.
I,
Go ahead, Donnie.
I don't know. I had a lot of issues with the movie in general. Her character was very naive. The plot points were kind of goofy to me. Like, well, I guess we are saying this. So, you guys take a rookie cop with you on a mission to kill people, and you sit her in the car right outside the building. Is she not supposed to hear the gunshots going off? Is she not supposed to? What is? I wonder what that noise was. I mean, gunshots were, but maybe they're just in there playing with firecrackers. And then she ran into the building and didn't call for backup or nothing. Like, I'm not even a cop, and I know you're supposed to call for backup. It was a lot of shenanigans in the movie in general.
Well, they try to push the whole when she called for backup or try to go get help. Then you didn't know who was bad blue and you didn't know who was good blue. And due to the plot devices of the film in the beginning, all of them seemed like they were bad blue.
Well, unfortunately, if it's an organization that's meant to protect and serve, if any of them seem, well, no, if a large majority of them seem like bad blue, then we need to scrap all the blue.
Well, I mean, even with the message of the movie, if you paid attention, there was only two good blue. her and the well, you know what? I can't even say that for sure because they did say they were being their department was being heavily investigated. But okay, so obviously was a good blue because she was the protagonist of the movie. But then the captain that got the footage at the end and spoke over to everybody when they were raiding the Kingston Manor or whatever it was called.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, supposedly she was good because she was trying to help out with the situation once she got the information from the video from the body cam once she saw that. So supposedly she was blue, but she may have only been doing that because their department was under investigation. So I can't even necessarily give her 100% credit that she was good. So to me, all of them were bad. Which cop was the good cop? Outside of her, there's no way to even say any of them was a good cop. Because even our own partner was just about, what I'm saying, he would have killed if necessary. You know what I'm saying? Remember, he said, "Oh, I'm trying to help you," or whatever the case is. But I mean, at the end, sure, he shot a guy at the end, but that don't mean he was really trying to help her out like that. He was just trying to like, why don't you just give me a camera? I can deal with this footage, and you just go back to living your life. But he wasn't trying to be no hero in any kind of way that I could see. So there was no good cops in the movie outside of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
protagonist.
He was just kind of a butt munch, if you ask me. That
Yeah,
kind of like, and the end where he did the little rescue shot. I think he was just then playing a game of CYA on that one.
yeah, just trying to cover his partner. But you know what? That part I actually liked about the film because in this climate of good cops, quote unquote, bad cops, and the whole question is, okay, well, where are the good cops at when the bad cops are doing all the nonsense? You know, that kind of struck a chord. You know what I mean? And I do personally believe there are good cops because I'm related to cops. And I don't believe my relatives out here doing all this terrible stuff. But the fact that they didn't really give any light to any good cop in this movie, because we can't say all were bad, but they didn't give any light to any good cops in this movie.
Yeah, yeah, and West, Officer West, as her character is in the movie, she had to face various challenges in the film as well. From everywhere from going to find help, and then having the gang led by Darius, who was played by Mike Colter. If anybody doesn't know Mike Colter, he was a star of the Netflix Marvel series Luke Cage. Um, Frank Grillo, and if you Frank Grillo is in the MCU, and he was in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and Captain America: Civil War. He ended up becoming Crossbones. He was the main antagonist of the film alone. Um,
And he
so
played he played a good
he's great.
antagonist, if you ask me.
Yes, he plays a very good antagonist. Just like he played, just like he played a villain in the MCU. Yeah, Frank Grillo is he seems like a pretty cool actor. But his character Malone told Mike Coulter's character Darius that Wes gunned down his cousin. The same. The whole reason why the movie is going on, the same murder she captured on her body camera. He tried to convince. He convinced at first. He convinced Darius that she was the one that killed the guy on the body camera, which happened to be his cousin or his nephew.
It was his nephew. Yeah, his nephew.
Yeah, his nephew. So I mean, like I said, she had to face various challenges in the film. It was her against the world, and she kind of won. She kind of came out of that one.
Yeah, just barely, but she did. Yeah.
All right, now before we get too long, I'm gonna tell you why I say bootleg. To me, it's just is a cookie cutter film. Um, People who like just up front, if they took it, if they didn't see any of the messages that they were trying to shove in it, I think people will find this to be a watchable drama. I think, yeah, watchable, but I don't feel like it's blockbuster enough to go, for me personally, to go sink $16 into a Blu-ray or $19.99 into a Blu-ray. I wouldn't do it with this film. bootlegging a screener copy, and screener in street terms means that it's like a perfect picture with good sound. I would say, yeah, if you can find a screener of this movie, yeah, by all means, grab it. And if you enjoy these type of cop films, which have in fact, a very motivating message for women. If you enjoy that kind of thing, then this is the movie for you. But I'm not going to break. I'm not going to look forward to the release date on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Well, and let's just say you can wait for your streaming service to play. You don't really have to go to the theater because we don't want to promote doing any illegal activity. So we'll leave it at that.
But bootleg.
SolarMovies.com.
Bootleg is the term that we use for our rating. It's like good, okay, bad. That's kind of and I'm just saying it's okay. Like, yeah, I do. Yeah, we do not promote here the illegal sale of movies through any kind of means, like whether you find it in front of a barbershop or not. I mean, do what you want to do because I can't be there for everybody. But if you run across this movie, I wouldn't say, "Oh my God, I got to go see it at the theater first." Nobody's going to snitch you out for buying Black and Blue from the guy at the barbershop. That's all I'm saying.
Are people still selling movies at the barbershop? I ain't seen that in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, it still happens. It still happens. Not as much as I used to see it happen, but it still happens.
Walmart parking lot, front of the mom and pop food store, gas stations everywhere.
Yeah, the thing is, you haven't looked for it, so you haven't noticed it as much. Now
Yeah,
I'm gonna say buy it because I do believe it was enough action in it to to go along with the story. I thought it was kind of intriguing that they actually won, and honestly, it was like
I gotta mess with you. You thought it was intriguing that the main character in the movie won.
Hey, the black person, the black people won, but you know what? She won with the way I ain't gonna say that they won. Okay, it's about the way they won.
Okay, I give you
Tyrese
that.
getting in the police station, yeah, him getting in the police station and not letting dude off the hook for how he messed with him at the store and all that. I thought that was cool because if I was in Tyrese's position and yeah, he shed a couple tears at the store when the cops came by. But man, I would have put it to dude when I had him in that room alone. I would have put it on dude. Real talk. So I'm glad they didn't let that go.
That was his fan from Star Wars moment.
Yeah, and if a woman was really trying to get things right with the gangs of the area. Now I don't know about showing up to where you can't really get no help. Well, I guess not. I guess they did say the Kingston would come if the Blues. I mean, they would go to Kingston Manor if the Blue was in trouble. But yeah, I mean, it's a movie, so my thing is going to see the main people that's threatening your life and putting a price on your head. Not the smartest move to make, but it's a movie, so I guess I'm a give it a little leeway on that note.
Suspension of disbelief.
Well, you gotta if she died too quick, it's not a movie. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. So let me ask y'all this: do you think that the movie set out what it was supposed to set out to
do? Yeah. I think it was set out to bomb, be trash, and be culturally divisive. I'll say that. So I think that was the intent of the movie. I think that was the intent of whoever pitched and produced this movie. And it did that because I'm bomb. I couldn't suspend disbelief enough for this movie. Not to mention, I feel like it was put out in a bad time. Had this movie came out 10 years ago, maybe I feel different about it because it did have some good little scenes. They throwing the bottles and stuff. I cracked up at the bottle scene. But the chase and the fight, I enjoyed that. But it was other elements to the movie. I just was like, I'm over it. So
although Although I feel like it was a strong female lead, it wasn't a perfect female lead. And when you bring up the words culturally divisive, I am going to have to agree with that. Now, for those out there, if you want to go see the movie and make this assessment for yourself, hey, you know what? And you happen to run across this video right here, then leave what you think in the comment section. That's what I would recommend. But yes, this that's amongst other issues. Yeah, that I felt like that was an issue for me. If you like, but like I said, on the surface, cop drama. But if you're kind of like a guys like us who kind of look behind it, then you can kind of see some of the issues. Now, Roger say go buy it. You know, I say bootleg it. Donnie says bomb it. Now, those are three totally different opinions, and you're allowed to go with whichever opinion you want to go with. But I think the best thing for you to do is to bootleg this mode.
Well, I'm gonna say this: if you're from a different cultural background than say some of us, I'm pretty sure the film would be that much more enjoyable to you. Um,
It's a honky dory film.
uh, the how they try to promote the relationship between black folks and the cops, not quite the way they kind of pushed it, but you know, there was definitely enough for a person to think about. So I'm gonna have to go with buy it because if you are part of the masses, I think it's something you kind of need to see. Real talk, folks that's from my neck of the woods. If you get what I'm saying, you know, I ain't gonna
Raj, it
say
sounds like you're trying to tell me you blue. Are you blue?
we. Nah, I ain't saying that. I'll take the black part of it. Well, I'm gonna say it like this: when it comes to the black folk, I think we really are. We already gonna get it. We gonna see it as messages trying to be pushed and certain things like that. But for non-blacks, I think this would definitely be an experience type of movie, and they'll definitely get some feelings and some rivetings, and it'll be somewhat of a roller coaster ride with them, honestly. But I just don't see how you can't really make this movie, and for us to live the lives we live as black men to see this the same as everybody else is gonna see it. So I still got to push by it because if you're looking from the outside perspective, I'm pretty sure they're gonna get a different viewpoint, and I'm pretty sure they will enjoy the drama and everything else that's going on around it.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds valid. If y'all listening, like and subscribe.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's our review. We're gonna shut it down from here. So yeah, all those listening, if you just happen to come across this, please like and subscribe. We are the Black Dimension, spelled BLAKK, and we'll be back with more good shows very soon. And
Okay, and
let's
also let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. Look for our next review. It's going to be on Terminator Dark Fate.
okay. All right. So we'll see you all on the next go round. Signing out.
All right, all right, all right.